After a few days of speculation, we now know that Billy Donovan will be staying in Chicago as Kentucky has hired their new head coach. Who that's going to be, we're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host here, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. Just a quick update here. We got breaking news as the speculation around Billy Donovan possibly getting the Kentucky job is now done, as Kentucky has now announced that they are targeting BYU coach Mark Pope to be the school's new head coach. A deal is expected to be closed here in the coming days. So now that we know Billy Donovan is staying in Chicago, that's something that we can end that speculation on. Part of the continuity play by the Chicago Bulls, unfortunately. And while there was always kind of made sense that they would make a big offer for Billy Donovan, Billy came out, did say what he said. I had my doubts around Billy Donovan, saying things like, well, I haven't been contacted by anybody, and I'm committed to Chicago, because that's what he's going to say with games left. But apparently it was true. The Kentucky Wildcats are moving now towards trying to hire Mark Pope as their next head coach. This is a guy who comes in with a collegiate record of 153 wins. Sorry, that's his playing record. That's a little bit different there. He comes in with a total of 187 games won, 108 games lost. That's a 63 win percentage. He's going to Kentucky, and so Kentucky gets their new head coach. I wish I could feel that feeling. Now this is going to be something that either triggers a lot of Bulls fans, even though it was never that the Bulls were looking to fire Billy Donovan. There's Billy Donovan's been one of those things that is a sticking point and a polarizing factor for a lot of Chicago Bulls fans, right? You have the Bulls fans that blame a lot of what's going on with Billy Donovan. Then there's some that blame everything that they have on Billy Donovan. And then there's some that think Billy Donovan's done the best that he could do with the flawed roster and things like that. So ultimately, it just comes down to the Bulls have never announced, never looked, never even made it seem like they were looking to move on from Billy Donovan. He has a 2-year contract extension, which kicks in next year, starting next season. So one season after next season. And I'm sure the Bulls front office is going to really look at some things with that. But we know that this front office and ownership were really high on Billy Donovan. And, not to say that Bulls fans have to echo those sentiments or feel the exact same way that Bulls ownership and management does, but they've been clear on how they feel about Billy Donovan, the fact that he is collaborative, the fact that there is a vision. Billy Donovan talking about his relationship with AK and his relationship with the Reinsdorf. So it should be of no surprise that the Bulls aren't necessarily looking to move on from Billy Donovan. They would have let Billy Donovan go if he really wanted to take a Kentucky job if it was offered to him. But now that's eliminated. Now there's no more speculation around their head coach. That's all should end now. I know there are going to be still some outlets that talk about the potential of, Billy Donovan still leaving, or could he be fired? Should he be fired? But I think that this front office, this ownership have showed us how they feel and how they view Billy Donovan. And I don't expect that to change anytime soon. So Billy Donovan staying in Chicago. Kentucky gets their new head coach in Mark Pope. And we're going to get to see another 2 years of Billy Donovan, and hopefully not the same roster, but more than likely the same roster. Let's be a sign to everyone that continuity is probably ringing true for the Chicago Bulls again. On top of DeMar DeRozan already talking about him wanting to stay in Chicago, all things are pointing to another year of continuity and another year of stress from Chicago Bulls fans. And we'll see where that gets us ultimately in the long run. But let me know what you guys think down below. You hear now that Billy Donovan will be staying as Kentucky has moved on to Mark Pope for the next head coach. Are you excited? Do you look at Billy Donovan? Do you want him as your head coach of the Chicago Bulls? Or are you one of those people that was hoping he was going to take that Kentucky job? Let me know all that down below. Make sure you guys are following the show. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. bullcentralpod@gmail.com. You can send us anything else to any voicemails and text messages, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, thanks to you guys. And like I like to end every episode on Chi-Town Up. No, that's Bears. Yeah. Go Bulls. Love you guys. See Red, y'all. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.